It's Alea Antoine. You're listening to Tease podcast.
Everyone loves the tease. Stop.
Don't get too excited. Sharing a bathroom with a man, girl, you might as well just enlist in the freaking army. Because what do you mean you're sharing a bathroom with someone who lifts up a toilet seat? What do you mean you're sharing a bathroom with someone who uses 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner? Oh. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tease podcast. Happy Tuesday, bitches. It is so good to be back with you guys. It is the Tuesday before Halloween, so I hope that all you teasers are dressing as slutty as possible. It was funny because my friend, she was like, hey, do you want to come to my Halloween party? And I was like, can I wear lingerie? And that's when I realized that I am the people that they talk about in Mean Girls where they're like, any excuse to dress slutty. But isn't that what makes the world go round? Guys, I cannot believe I am recording this episode before work. I never do things before work. I don't know what it is, but like for some reason, the thought of having work later in the day like gives me so much anxiety. I don't even have like a serious job that I'm doing. I'm not saving lives. I'm not fighting cancer. Like I'm literally just like serving, and the thought of having work gives me so much anxiety that I feel like debilitated before I go in. Like I have coworkers who are like, oh yeah, I just went to the gym and then I had lunch and then I went to the pool and then I went to brunch, and I'm like, how the fuck do you girls do this before work? Like I go to work usually around like 3ish, and that feels like early for me. Like waking up at 11 today, I was like, oh my God, it's the crack of dawn. Like, I don't know how to fix that. You know what it is that like makes me somewhat okay with it is that I just kind of like girl math my problems. I don't just girl math in the sense of like, oh, if I spend this much money, this is free. No, I girl math my entire life. So I'm like, okay, yes, I didn't do anything before work, but also the 24-hour day was made to cycle around men's hormone cycle, not to mention in other countries, although I haven't been to other countries, I've only been to Mexico. In other countries, they have a slower pace of life so they can enjoy everything. So I'm like, you know what? It is American society that's making me feel like I need to hustle and bustle before work, when in reality, like I am just living a soft life. I am living on the woman's hormone cycle, and I'm a night owl. So like the fact that like I get things done after work, like I should feel achieved and proud. Not to mention, not to brag, humble brag, I have the iPhone 17. So I must be doing something right. The new iPhones are so funny because I feel like iPhones are like one of the few things in our lives that like literally divides the nation. Like the entire planet, nation, universe is divided based on the iPhone versus like Android people. And it's so funny because my parents are both personally the people that have that freaking like flip Android. They have the one where it flips and they think it's so awesome, so cool. I just like can't like it. No matter how much an Android person tells me, you can do this, you can do that, you can freaking build your own thing with this phone, you can create world peace with this phone. I'm like, ew, that's so lame. Like it literally feels like high school where someone could like be super smart or like maybe super dope, but they are just, their reputation is so lame that you just can't give them their flowers. Like it literally goes against your moral code. That is how I feel about Androids. Like I mean, iPhones and Androids don't even let us communicate with each other properly. Like I'll be sending my mom photos and they're all blurry. I can't like change the background. I can't do anything. So it makes me think that like this is the ultimate divide of our nation. And also the fact that like iPhones come out with a new one every single year and we actually get them. I am a 2 to 3 year person. I think that makes me ethical and I think that makes me sustainable is that I only have a new phone every 2 to 3 years. So the last one I had was a 15 and I had like the big 15 plus. And now that I think about it, why didn't any of you bitches tell me to stop carrying around a plus size phone? A plus size phone. I literally was getting wrist problems. Like, I think I gave myself early onset arthritis because of that phone. Like, I literally, you can ask my friends, have been wearing a wrist wrap. And I thought it was because, like I was just in the gym, I'm going heavy, I passed 100 on all my stuff. Like, I thought it was because I'm a heavy lifter. No, it's because, like, when you're laying down, you have your phone in one hand, your wrist is doing all that work. Guys, y'all need to think about this stuff. Don't fuck up your wrist. Like, honestly, screw every wellness habit that there is. Don't mess up your wrist, because from my few months of wrist agony, I learned what it's like to have a debilitating hand and wrist motion. And let me just say that this is not something that we want to like cause early, because we already have noise canceling headphones. We're all going to lose our hearing very early. And so the least we can do is like save our hands, at least something. Oh my gosh, but yeah, no. So I am so happy I upgraded. Honestly, there's not that many difference. It's more like superficial differences. Like the camera is new. It looks like glass. You can make 3D. You can zoom in. Like, it's literally like the vain version of phones. There's nothing like actually better about it, but I personally just feel better than everyone else when I have it. But honestly, the reason why I upgraded was because one, it was time for an upgrade. Two, I was fucking up my wrist. And three, I needed way more storage. Like, as the content creator, as the creator that I am, I was like, 256 gigabytes is not enough for me. So on this phone, I got 500 gigabytes. We'll see how I feel. The next phone I have, I might go up to a gigabyte, because is that what it's called? I might go up to a gigabyte if like this isn't good enough. I just want to show y'all my case because it's so cute. Isn't it so cute? So cute. I get the same phone cases every year. I've been getting the same phone cases since I was 16 years old, because I literally don't use a screen protector or anything. I could throw this bitch across my apartment and like it wouldn't break. So I'm obsessed with it. I got the cherries and berries one, which is like so cute. I can't stop looking at it. It's so pink and it's so pretty. And like literally I was gonna try to get like this like cool girl case like that was like clear with like some nice flowers that like the cool bitches do, and Kai was like, that's so ugly, that's not you, go back to your pink wonderland, be yourself. And you know what, sometimes we just need someone to remind us to like go back to our roots. And I think that that's what makes a good relationship, is when the person that you're with, they don't try to change you. They try to make you be more of yourself. Like Kai's like, stop trying to be something that you're not. You want that cherry case. Get that cherry case. And I did. And I literally can't stop staring at it. I have it sitting in front of me because I'm like, oh my gosh, guys. So Tease has been teasing. Recently, some people that I know in person have found the podcast, including like some of my coworkers. And it made me think, because this podcast is like my safe space and I've always wanted to grow it. And why does like the thought of growing now like give me anxiety? But I am turning a new leaf. I am no longer gonna be that person to where I'm the type to where I'll pick up new habits and I go, oh my God, I'm good at this. Okay, peace. Oh my God, I'm good at hair marketing. Okay, peace. I'm not doing it anymore. Oh my God, I'm good at like sales. Okay, now I'm not doing it anymore. Like, I'm someone who does something just to be like, yeah, I'm really good at it. And then I'm done and I move on to the next thing. That is not how Tease will go. That will not be our legacy. But it made me think, because some of the girls are like, oh my God, I was scrolling through your Instagram. I didn't even know that you do all this. Like, you don't talk about it. And I was like, you know what's been like really weird is I've been wondering, like, is my personal life, the teasers, all that, is that my alter ego? Or is the person that I am when I'm working on the strip serving tables and all that stuff, my alter ego. And then it made me have an identity crisis because I'm like, which one am I? But I definitely am both of those versions of me. I think that the work side of me is my alter ego only because it's the most that I ever overthink. I think that I overthink the podcast a lot, which is also why I have a hard time doing it before work. So I definitely overthink that. But I think I overthink work a little bit more. Like, there's people that I work with that like can text in the group chat, can say their opinions, can like just kind of like be very like vocally themselves, and they feel no type of way about it. They're like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Me, I am very vocal. I am vocal to a fault to where, remember, I literally told you guys, I told Kai, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to shut up, I'm going to make my money, and I'm going to dip. Like, that was what I was going to do. Nope. Nope, I am nosy and I talk too much. So I am involved in everything. I want to know the tea. I want to know this. Like, I can't stop talking. I will text in the group text even though it gives me debilitating anxiety. If you've been here from the jump, you know I said that in episode 1, I hate group text. So what I wish is that I could be like those people to where, yes, I'm vocal, but the anxiety that I have after being vocal sucks. Like, it sucks. It's literally like my personality is fighting myself because on one hand, I am vocal. I am a chronic leader. I like cannot stop taking on leadership positions, honestly. And I have to know everything and I'm super nosy. And the other half of me has so much anxiety that when the first part of me comes out, I start overthinking it and I'm like, oh my God, do they hate me now? Did I say the wrong thing? Is this gonna mess up my reputation? I think it's also because Vegas is the first place that I've ever lived where reputations are like a real thing. You know how like when you live in other cities, it's like, okay, yeah, someone may be like popular or known, but like there's a whole another dimension of that city that like no one knows you in. Like, for example, when I was in Seattle, like I used to do content for one of the like really big like all women's like lesbian queer parties. I used to do like their content. I knew a lot of the other people in Seattle. I would go to like the clubs in Capitol Hill and like I would always run into someone that I knew, you know what I mean? And so I knew a lot of people in like the lesbian community and the gay community in Seattle, which made me feel like, oh yeah, I know a lot of people. But when you do a bird's eye view of Seattle, there's like a whole nother dimension of like, one, straight people, two, anyone else that like I'm not a part of. So yes, I know my community, but as far as the actual city goes, like you cannot be known every single where. And like I did content for like places that were outside of like queerness, you know what I mean? Like hot tub boats and like hotels and stuff like that. And I still felt like I didn't know everyone. I just like knew the people I surrounded myself with. Vegas is the first place that I'm living to where it's like reputations are like a real thing. Like it kind of reminds me of like not necessarily high school. I was a COVID kid during college, so I don't know what it's like to be on a college campus and have like that whole like reputation thing, but I'm assuming that it's somewhat kind of how Vegas is because Vegas is very small. Like, to put it in perspective, I have a neighbor who I met on TikTok and one of my coworkers is her best friend. When does that happen? That's insane. And it's like every time like I follow a new person in Vegas, it's never like, oh, we have no mutuals. It's more like followed by this many people that you have. You know what I mean? And so like this is the first place where I've lived to where like you can actually like fuck yourself over. Like you can build yourself up or you can tear yourself down. And I think that since I'm not used to that, like it is a little scary. It is a little intimidating. Everyone here like is like, oh haha, Vegas is small. But like one thing about me, I don't like small. I like big, I like larger than life. I transferred from private school to public school because one, I hated private school, but two, I was like, I hate looking around and knowing all these bitches. Like, I need to be at a school to where I walk down the hallway and every day I meet someone new. And I do like that at least Vegas has a lot of tourists, so that makes it feel like that. But in general, with the locals, it's just like really small. So when people that I know from here said that they were listening to the pod, I was like, oh shit. Like, guys, I just want to say that if you know me in person, no, you don't. And anything I say on this podcast cannot be used against me because this is Tease and it's a safe space. But an update for all my teasers that aren't from here, because I feel like I still find the nuances here very cool. Whereas, like, someone who's lived here for 5 years is like, wait, that's just normal. Like, one thing that I find really interesting is like the networking here. I was talking to my mom. So, like, we had our work outing and it was to support another venue. And if you were to support another venue or do networking in like Seattle, Texas, that usually looks like going to a cocktail hour, walking around, you have a drink, you're mingling, right? Not in Vegas. In Vegas, it looks like the girlies that were the cocktail servers. So me and my friends, because we're the only all girl department, we got a free comp dinner at like one of the most beautiful, lively, delicious restaurants. And then after, we got fucked up in a section at a club on a Monday night. Like, that's networking in Vegas. We're passing around our liquid THC. We're popping bottles, drunk, taking photos, and that is how you network. That's how you show face. Like, I literally woke up and I was like, oh, I got some business cards in my purse. Didn't know exactly who they were from. But it's so crazy to me. Like, the people here, they already know that that's like how it goes. So they're like, oh, it's just another day, just another normal. But me, I haven't been here for a year yet. My year anniversary isn't till next month. And so to me, I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, it's so fun being able to see things through a newcomer's lens. Like, I want y'all to keep me grounded and humble. Like, I never want to get to the point to where I'm here and I'm like, oh, that's an average day. Like, I want to feel like I'm doing this for the first time every single time, because like that's what keeps it fun. You know what I mean? Like, if I get bored in a place, I'll move. I'll move. I'm not scared of moving. I've moved like 10 times. You know what I mean? And I don't want to move. Like, I feel like I'm in an era of my life where I like really want stability. Like, me and Kai are trying to do everything that we can to pretty much like make ourselves comfortable. Like, when I've lived in other places, Texas, Washington, like, I honestly, this is so fucked. I didn't really go to the doctors. I didn't really go to the doctors because I was like, I don't want to establish myself as a patient and then like I have to move. Like, I went to the dentist, okay? And like, I didn't have anything chronically wrong. So I was like, I'm not going to go to the doctors. This is the first place that I've lived in years where I'm like picking out a doctor's appointment. I have a dentist. I have a dermatologist. Like, I am setting up roots. I'm setting up roots. I have a psychiatrist. Like, I am planning roots. And so I really want to do what it takes to like have stability here. I think it's also because like all my older siblings know, like, us older siblings, we don't want to be the parent and we hate how we have to take on so much responsibility, but for some reason we cannot stop being the parent and taking on responsibility. And like, Kai's sister is 11, my sister's turning 10. Oh my God, my sister's turning 10. I'm going to cry, scream, throw up. I'm an old ass bitch. Like, what do you mean my sister who like is 15 years, no, not 15. I think she's 13 years younger than me, 12 years younger. What do you mean she's turning 10? Like, oh my God, when she's 20, I'm going to be in my 30s and she's going to be like, oh my God, my sister's in her 30s and I'm going to be like the old bitch hanging out with like her and her 21-year-old friends. Like, oh, I'm just not ready. I'm not ready. It's like, oh, I don't like the concept of age. Oh, guys, like when you realize that like you're kind of like an adult and you're older, like it feels like, oh my God, I am just moving through life until my impending doom. That's so bad. My trick for aging though is I always have friends that are older than me so I can always feel young. When I was 19, my friends were like 20, 21, 22. When I was 21, my friends were 23. Now that I'm 23, my friends are 28. That is how you stay young, my guys, is never be the oldest in your friend group. But to all my older friends, I love you and thank you for supporting me and drinking the fountain of youth. But I'm like, okay, I have younger siblings. And one thing that I always wanted was an older sibling. But as a kid, I didn't know that since I was born first, that was literally impossible. So now I'm the older sibling. And I know damn well that there's going to come a time where my parents are going to be at odds with them because I mean, one thing parents know how to do is be at odds with an older kid. I don't know how, but they do it all the time. They're going to want to escape and they're going to want to come here. So I have to have like a big enough place to where my siblings can visit, but I also don't like the idea of having guests and them being close to me. Like I would want my siblings to visit and be like on the opposite side of like the house. Like I like my personal space. I realize that I'm someone to where like I like to be around people, but when I want space, like I want space. Like a lot of my friends were asking me like what's the secret to like living with someone? Like how do I move in with my boyfriend or girlfriend and feel comfortable with that? My personal secret is separate bathrooms. We have separate bathrooms and that is the best thing ever. And I think it's also because like I have OCD, I'm a germaphobe, and so like the thought of sharing a bathroom is disgusting. I don't know how some of the girls do it with a boyfriend. Sharing a bathroom with a man, girl, you might as well just enlist in the freaking army. Because what do you mean you're sharing a bathroom with someone who lifts up a toilet seat? What do you mean you're sharing a bathroom with someone who uses 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner? Oh, what do you mean you're sharing a bathroom with someone whose body care is like black and blue? It's not cute pastels. It's not cute like little sunshine rainbows. Like, no, it's like this is a rainfall mixed with grits. Like, what? Oh, all my friends who like share bathrooms with a man, I like don't know how you do it. And like, honestly, I don't think I could stay places where I would have to share a bathroom with a guy. Like, no, like not even my cousin, my dad, like no one, like gross, like get away from me. When my brother's older, I'm gonna be like, we are never going to be sharing a bathroom. If you're staying with me, you have your own because I can't. And a cleaner will come clean it up after. I will not be stepping foot in there. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So I think that's the secret. I think also the secret to living with someone is to make sure that you have like not necessarily that you need separate rooms. I hear a lot of people saying, I'm going to need my own bedroom when I move in with my partner. You really don't need to do all that. I'm not going to yak someone's yum, but that's just like feels kind of stupid to me. Like, buy all this stuff for a new room when you know damn well you're going to be sleeping in the same bed every night. I think the trick is to make every room like livable. So like one thing that we fucked up on in our first place was we made the second bedroom a guest room and a storage room. So it's like a bed and then like all of our boxes and suitcases in one room. And so the only places that we could hang out were our room or the living room. That's it. You know what I mean? And our room, like, I don't really like hanging out in my bedroom because I just like feel like if I spend a lot of time in my bedroom throughout the day, my body's not gonna know to go to sleep at night. And so pretty much like we were both in the living room. Like if we both wanted to hang out, it had to be in the living room kitchen. You know what I mean? And there comes a point to where like, yes, you love your partner, but you want to choose to be around them. You don't want to feel like this is the only place in the house where we can chill. So here we are. Let's fight over the TV. Now, in our place, in our new place, the second bedroom is where we are, which is the podcast room, Tease headquarters, which is like so cute. I made it like vibey. I didn't like let there be a lot of storage. Like I made it to where if one of us wanted to come and just chill in here, like we could do that. This is also kind of like our office workspace where we get stuff done. And then we also have the living room too. So now it's kind of like we have our bedroom for night and then let's just say we want like some space. One of us can be in here, one of us can be in the living room. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we choose to be together in the living room, but it's just the option of like when you just sometimes I need to work on things and I don't want to hear like SWAT in the background. Like me and Kai have very different tastes in shows. Like I like Bravo, Kai likes SWAT, murder mysteries, true crime. Like, oh, Kai likes traumatizing themselves while they watch TV. I don't know how some of you guys do that. it's not for me. But I would say that that's more of the trick to like living with someone, you know? It's just like making sure that like you can listen to yourself when you want to step away. I feel like that has been my whole lesson for 2025 because now we're getting to the point to where we can start being like, oh shit, I learned this year. I feel like this year I learned listening to myself because like I am someone who normally I can be peer pressured. And it's not that I can be peer pressured to where it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, no, get that drug away from me. I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not that type of person. I'm just more of the peer pressure to where like I get such bad FOMO that like I want to be there for everything. Like, my friends who can like miss out on the party, who can miss out on things and like be chill with it, I don't know how they do that. So recently I've been trying to learn to like listen to myself and I'm trying to only do things that I actually want to do, which has been really great because now I haven't been doing vendors anymore. Like now I have a rule for myself, like we're going to LA for Halloween and so now I know like okay, I'm not going to black out this weekend because I'm going to do that next weekend. And then we had the marquee like the work outing that we all did. So like that was enough space whereas like I would probably in the past like if you met me a year ago be going out after work this weekend because I want to like be a part of the mix. But now I'm like I'm spacing myself and I realize that I actually have more fun when I'm out. Like I'm not the person when I'm out that's just like sitting down or bored or cranky or wants to leave early. Bitch, I hate when people want to leave early from the function. Like, what do you mean we made all of these plans and now you're tapping out at midnight, 1 a.m.? Like, no. If I go out, I'm going out. I'm doing it to the best of my ability. I am in a 100% person. I'm not one of those people who's like, let's just go for a little and then I have to leave because like my feet hurt or like the music. Like, no, like, ugh, love those people, but like, no, like, I didn't do my makeup. I didn't put on this outfit. I'm not wearing heels for nothing. I didn't get an Uber for nothing. No, 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 no. So I feel like that has been like really pivotal. Like even I was supposed to work a golf tournament and I realized that like I don't love golf, but I have like a weird infatuation with it to where like I worked the Hooters golf tournaments, I worked at a golf course in Seattle, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I like secretly love it. You know what I love about golf? I love the luxuriousness of it. I love the vibe. I love how beautiful the outdoor, like I like the aesthetics. I've realized lately that I'm someone who really appreciates a nice aesthetic. Yeah, no, I'm just like coming to like really discover things about myself. And I worked a golf tournament and it was not set up how I'm used to. Like, there wasn't a lot of structure. And one thing about working a golf tournament, one thing about doing just customer service in general, like, if I'm not getting tipped, I don't want to be there. Like, as like, a woman, as a girl, one thing that you have to learn, especially in your 20s, is that like society and men will use women's beauty for their advantage all the time. Guys will come to deals with each other and be like, yeah, I'll bring some girls to make this better. You know what I mean? Like, you have to realize that, like, yes, you may be benefiting in the fact that maybe you're getting like free alcohol or you're getting a party for free and this kind of things, but you also have to stay away from being bamboozled. And I feel like when I was younger, that would happen a lot. And now I'm very much in the mode to where if I'm going to something and I have the intention of making money, if I'm not making money, I will not be there. But if I'm going to something and I know that it's free and it's just to have fun, like the networking, cool. I don't care. Like, I was not trying to make anything from that. You know what I mean? I'm saying when something is structured to where you're informed that you're going to be making money and then you get there and there's no actual structure for how you're going to make it, that is when I tap out and I'm like, peace. And I had to learn that like at a young age because a lot of times people will tell you, well, it's about the experience, like internships, it's about the experience, it's about meeting people, it's about this, like it's even like the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, like they should be so grateful to be there that we shouldn't even pay them. No, that's not true. You can be grateful to be somewhere and still get paid. Men do it all the time, so women should too. Just because you're beautiful and you're being there and you're like being admired for your beauty or you're getting like compensation for your build for your beauty. If you were promised money, dinero, cash, get your fucking bag and that's it. You know what I mean? And so I'm really proud of myself that I've learned that, because when things weren't going right, just in certain things, I was able to be like, okay, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. And so I'm leaving. You know what I mean? Whereas before, like, I would have felt guilty. I would have, um, peer pressured my own self and been like, I should just be grateful to be here. When you have to realize that, like, you're providing a value exchange. And one thing about America is that, yes, pretty privilege does exist, and like there's those things, but then also there's the whole thing of being a girl in general, and then being a gorgeous girl, to where like people will take advantage of that when they can. I mean, listen to every supermodel's documentary everywhere, and you'll really learn that. You know what I mean? Listen to any woman in business and they'll tell you that. You know what I mean? I think this goes for any field. I don't think it's like a niche thing. I think it's like a thing that just women have to learn, is like, just make sure that you're always getting the value out of an experience that you expected. And that's just something I want all my girls to know, because when you have more boundaries with customers, like, people respect that and you end up making more money. But when you lower boundaries for less money, then it lowers it for the overall thing. You know what I mean? Like, I've just heard that a lot. It's kind of like what happens in strip clubs too. Like, if you have someone doing extras for cheap, that brings down the whole like value of the system. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's a system, and for our society, we have to uphold it. So that has been like listening to myself, and I've been really proud of myself for that, because it's really hard to do, guys. But one thing I found is that, like, once like I remove myself from situations that I don't necessarily feel comfortable from, the whole FOMO, feel like I'm gonna miss out, that whole thing literally goes away, and I'm a lot happier. And I think it starts with like enjoying time with yourself. And so like I can do a lot of things myself and like still have fun. I can go shopping, I can go eat, I can like do things that I'm the only person there and I'm having a good time. And I think that if you find activities that you like doing alone, that really helps. Like for me, like I really love doing yoga too. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, okay, I could be getting a little THC and doing some yoga right now. You know what I mean? And that sounds more fun than like feeling uncomfortable and having an internal battle with myself on like where I want to be, you know? But yeah, honestly, like life in Vegas, I feel like I'm finally part of the mix, which is like really fun. It honestly feels like one big reality TV show. I don't know how Bravo hasn't gotten their claws into Vegas, because when I say like the tea is piping hot, like we had a work meeting, and when I say that shit was like a Bravo Real Housewives of Miami reunion, like da da da, fingers pointing across, sides being taken, a moderator that's overwhelmed. Like, it is just like you can't find this anywhere else. And like, one thing about me, I love the drama. I love it. I love it. I'm entertained here. I love the aesthetics here. Like, you know, like whenever there was that thing to where it was like, what kind of hot are you? I always got party hot. And I feel like Vegas is a city that is literally party hot. And oh my gosh, like I am just obsessed with it. It's so cunty. Vegas is cunty. That's what it is. It's so cunty. And I love it. But I will be stepping out of this bubble for a little bit, because the holidays are fastly approaching, guys. You know how it is. Once Halloween comes, it's like boom, boom, boom. Your wallet's going out, out, out. And you're like, oh shit, it's the holidays. Time to see my family. Time to like go back to my stomping ground. Time to go back to my hometown. And that personally to me gives me a lot of anxiety. And I think for a lot of people it does. Like every holiday season, we are talking about how to navigate the holidays, which is kind of insane considering that like it's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year. But I think you have to put boundaries in place to make it wonderful. I am one of the people that moved away from home, that is far from everyone. And so going back home for the holidays is like literally going to another state, going to another city. You know what I mean? And for all the people that are also like that, that can feel really intimidating, because it's kind of like this weird thing to where home isn't home anymore. Like Texas is my hometown, but in the present day, it's not my home anymore. It's not where I have my life set up. It's not where my partner, Kai, is. You know what I mean? It's not where my heart is anymore. It's where my family is, and I love them, and that's why I go back. But the city itself is like part of my past. And so visiting, it's hard to feel like you're going to a past version of yourself. Like, I've grown, I have my own place, I have my own money, I'm graduated school, I'm on my own, and I have anxiety about going back home because I'm like, do I have to ask permission to leave? I don't have a car there. Do I have to ask for a ride? Like, it's kind of like I feel like I'm like a kid again. You know what I mean? And as much as being a kid is fun, one thing I love about being an adult is the autonomy that I have on my own life, you know? And I have seen my family every year, at least 2 to 3 times a year, but I haven't been home for the holidays in over 3 years. I have spent my holidays with Kai, and right now we're kind of at a crossroads to where Kai is in school and might have to stay in town because school is right before Christmas and right after, and I'm out of school, and my siblings are begging me to come home, and I miss my family. Like, my grandma's getting older, my great grandma's getting older, my mom's getting older, everyone and their mama is getting older. So right now, like, I have to go back. Like, there's no battle between if I have to go now. Like, it just feels like that time. And I think that is one thing, when you know, and that goes for everything. And I think when you know that you need to go home and visit and catch up, because again, like, everything isn't forever, you know what I mean? And you have to like appreciate your family, but it can be hard when you're fighting the battle of like, oh my God, I'm gonna like leave the beautiful life that I built myself for like over an extended amount of time. And like, I'm not one of those people that like goes back and you have your whole wing of the house and it feels like, oh, I'm with my parents, but I just have like my own place here. Like, no, like I am like in the mix. Like, it is loud. Everyone's everywhere, knocking on your door, like not a lot of privacy. And I am building up the mental courage for that. And I'm really excited. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited, but it is that mental gymnastics of like, you're excited, but you're also like, where do I fit in? And how much of an adult can I really be? Does everyone see me as an adult? I know that my mom sees me as an adult, but do my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, my cousins, like, how do they see me? Am I still being viewed as like a 7-year-old or 16-year-old, or am I being viewed for like who I am in the present day? And I feel like that can be really hard to navigate. This year, my boundary is just more like, you know what? I don't know what it is. I think my boundary this year is gonna be like, I want to see my friends in Texas too, because every time I go to Texas, I pretty much only see my family and I never really see my friends. I never go out with my friends, never hang out with my friends, because I feel like maybe it's not even my family doing this. Maybe it's just like me pressuring myself. I feel like I can't leave. I feel like I have a curfew. Like, I just like feel weird. Like, I feel like, okay, what if I don't get back home in time? And I don't even know if my mom even still gives a fuck. I haven't actually talked to her about it, but my boundary this year is like, I have to see my friends too. I have to see my hometown friends. It's been too long, and I feel shitty when I visit Texas, and my friends probably think that I don't care about them because I'm not seeing them. You know what I mean? So this year, my boundary that I'm really working on is like, I'm going to go visit my family, but I'm also going to go have a life and visit my friends and be the adult that I am. We'll see how that goes. I'm saying that now, but I think I need to have like a discussion about it before I even go. That way they already know. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you visit and you have all these expectations that you didn't lay out beforehand, well, now we're on different pages. And so I think it's like good to like talk about that stuff beforehand. And I think it's just also good of having a hard boundary of like people that you don't want to see. Like, there are certain people that I have like, I'm never seeing them again in my life. Never, ever, ever. I don't want to see them. That is not going to be part of my holidays. No. And you sometimes have to do that. Like, snip, snip, cut, cut. You know what I mean? If they're not bringing you anything in life and you know that there's never going to be something, maybe you just don't need to see them. And so that's a boundary that I've drawn. By the way, like, if you are my family, listen to this. This is not about you at all, but if you know, you know. But I was like, I am not going to be around them at all. Like, no, no, no. And I think that's okay. I think if you have someone in your life where you're like, that is not who I'm going to be around, because a lot of times what happens is families is there's family members who aren't actually blood related. They're people that people bring in. And sometimes you don't want to see those people. You know what I mean? Because it's just like a whole extension and it's just so messy. Oh, maybe family is just like hard to navigate because everyone brings in these outside people. You know what I mean? And you may love one person that's brought in and then another person that they know, you're like, oh, and you're like, yeah, it's just so messy. It's so messy. But I just want you teasers to know that I am here with y'all. I am here to offer advice as someone who like is doing the whole visiting home thing. I feel like we don't talk about it that much. A lot of us just cocoon or we stay where we live or we don't visit and we just conform or we do visit and we do conform and we feel uncomfortable. So I am here to help you guys navigate. It's coming up, guys. It's coming up. It's gonna be Thanksgiving. It's gonna be December. Then it's gonna be my anniversary, and it's just gonna be like a whole snowball effect. And so, write in questions on things that we should talk about for the holidays. I'm sure we want to do a gift guide because I am so good at gifts, guys. I am so good at gifts. Let me help you all with gifts. And that is all that I have for y'all this week. We are going to get through this, guys, and we're going to get through it while having fun, seeing the people that we love, and just enjoying ourselves and being thankful for how life is at the present moment, you know? That is all that I have for you guys. I love you guys so much. Please be sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at Tease Pod, at Tease Podcast on everything else. I am at Alea Antoine, and I will see you teasers next Tease Tuesday. I love you guys. Bye.